What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuit. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Four producers. There you go, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome. It is Saturday, April 24th. We are live here in the studio for Cage Live with Christopher James, episode number 276. And I got a dude standing by. Got to jump in with us real quick before we bring him in, though. I just want to say howdy, and it's a great day for the world of combat sports. We are going live today. Hey, it's UFC tonight, man. UFC, oh my goodness, 261, 3 title fights live from Jacksonville, Florida. Fans in attendance. I am not there. I'm supposed to be there. I was going to go, but I've got a big vacation coming up next week, and then I follow that up with Island Fights in Pensacola next May 7th. So all kinds of stuff. I couldn't make it up there for the show. I had to work last night. I didn't even get home from work till 9:30, 10 o'clock this morning. I almost forgot I had a show to do today, but my man Dillon Cleckler messaged me, goes, "Hey, are we still on?" I was like, "Oh my God, I fucking just woke up literally 40 minutes ago." So I'm glad he messaged me, dude, because I was in such a loop. But anyway, big fights tonight. I'm taking, and listen, I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win. Doesn't necessarily mean that's who I want to win. However, in the main card, the 3 top fights, I'm taking Usman to defend. I love Masvidal to win. I love Jorge Masvidal so much, but I just think Usman's too much. That's just me. I'm taking Zhang to retain her title, and I'm taking Shevchenko to retain her title. I'm also going to take Uriah Hall to beat Chris Weidman just for shits and giggles, because I think he will. But anyway, that's all UFC stuff. But right now, we're going to talk about Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. They got a huge event coming up next weekend, April 30th. First time ever in Birmingham, Alabama. It's BKFC 17. And this man is in the main event. He's one half of it. He's a heavyweight star on the rise. He could have fought in the UFC. I mean, he was that close. Then he decided, you know what? Let me go bare knuckle, and he did. And he's been phenomenal at it. He's doing a great job. We're going to bring him in right now. He's a fighter. He's a husband, and he's a father of two beautiful little girls. They got so much personality, so much style. At Knucklemania, I remember I was running around the arena, and his daughter was chasing me around. I was having the time of my life. I love the kids, and I love that his whole family is involved in his fight life. It's very important to have everybody in aboard. And this man has all of the support in spades, baby. So we're going to bring him in right now. I've announced his name numerous times with Island Fights, so we're going to bring him in right now. Boys and girls, please welcome Dillon, Bad Boy Cleckler. What's up, dog?
Nice intro, man.
Thank you.
Nice intro.
I hear the wife in the background laughing. Oh, there's my little favorite girl. There she is. I see her right there. What's up, baby girl? I love you. Love her. She's so awesome. Yep. She was the one we were running around the arena. She was chasing me like she was trying to catch me at the arena at Knucklemania. It was awesome. Also, since you don't have headphones on, make sure that we don't try to talk over each other, because if we try to talk at the same time, one of us will get cut out and people will miss it. Normally we have headphones, guys. Dillon's weren't working, but we're going to make this work for you. He's fighting in the main event, BKFC 17 against Josh Burns. First of all, how's things going down there, man? You're down in Miami, and you're living life down there. You've been picked up the whole family and went down there to train to really cement yourself at BKFC. So tell us how all that's going.
Man, training's been great as usual. Miami's it's a really hot, man. There's so much going on all the time, and it's always been a great fight camp for me. This is my second camp down here, so I kind of know a little bit more what to expect than I did the first camp. And it's just heat, man, just getting hotter by the minute down here.
Yeah,
but it's going great.
That's good, and I'm glad that it's going great for you, because you're one of the guys, like I said, in the beginning when I was introducing you, you could have went to the UFC and been a star. There's no doubt in my mind. You have all the athletic ability. You have the MMA knowledge. But you chose bare knuckle. And I remember before your first one we talked, and something I didn't expect from you that day when we first talked before your first bare knuckle fight. You even said, you had a little fear about it because you didn't know. Most fighters, most men don't like to talk about fear. Fighters never like to talk about fear of the unknown. They just, they're like, I'm an alpha. I'm afraid of nothing. But it's a lie. Everybody's afraid of something. So I respect that you said you were afraid of it. Now that you're in it and you've been doing it a few times now, that fear, I'm guessing, is completely washed away because you could be a star and survive and thrive in this, I'm guessing, yes?
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far and say that it's completely gone. There's always a sense of I've done 30-some fights. I've been fighting for over a decade. I would say, it's like a nervous something, nervous, scared, something like that. Not so like you're scared of being in the fight. You just the first time I got into the bare knuckle thing, it was the fear of the unknown for sure, because I've never done it. I've done a bunch of fights. I've been in a few street fights also. You just don't know what to expect with it. It's such a brand new sport. The second one wasn't so bad, but man, the way they had it set up and it was so nice, man. That by itself just gives you a little bit of a nerves. I'm pretty positive I'll never ever go into a fight and not have that nervous, excited feeling going. I think when I lose that, I'll stop fighting, because that's what keeps you on point. That's what keeps you, on top of your game and aware, alert. I think it goes with it. Anybody that's anything that like they just woke up, I'm not so sure about that one.
Yeah.
It don't seem to me. I've done a few.
Yep. So now, and I'm gonna rush through this for us today. I'm not gonna keep you as long as I normally would, because I know you have to go train at 5 o'clock, and I know you have to drive over there and do all that stuff. So you're fighting Josh Burns, and this is the main event, with the winner undoubtedly probably getting the next title shot against Beltran or whoever's the champion next. I think Beltran's fighting Shoemaker, if I'm correct. So whoever wins that fight is going to be the champ. And whoever wins your fight is, like I said, probably 99.5% locked in to be the next one to fight for the title. Going into this fight with Burns, I was looking at the matchup the other day and the tail of the tape, and the biggest thing I noticed is this dude's hands are as big as my fucking head. Let me see if I can find that picture, because I was floored at the enormity of his hands, because they measure a guy's hands. Where is that damn thing? I hate when I lose shit. There it is. All right, so you're 6'3", he's 6'1". Your reach is 77 inches, his is 72. Your fist size is 23.5 centimeters, and his is 32. I mean, big hands. I mean, you're taller, you're longer, but he's got those big hands that are like literally the size of like a Thanksgiving turkey, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
You're both big, you're both athletic, you're both strong, you both can knock somebody out with one hand. But when you think about that, the size of his hands, I mean, his hands are much bigger than yours. Is that something that because I've never asked a fighter this, because I've never had the hand measurement. So is that something that you think about? Jesus Christ, this guy's hands are like giant hands that also pack power. Have you thought about that, or does it even matter? I mean, and that's a legit question, because I don't fucking know, because I don't fight, and I'm not worried about anybody's hands. If somebody's hitting me, I don't care if their hand's this big or if their hand's this big. I don't want to get hit.
Yeah. I guess it would matter since there's no gloves involved, so the size of the hand is going to hurt more. But I have absolutely no idea where bare knuckle got that last stat from. The rest of them are 100%. But Chris, have you ever seen my hands?
I've seen your hands, dude, and fucking they're ginormous, dude.
I wear a double X glove.
Well, that means this dude's got to be wearing like a quadruple X.
I think they switched the measurements. Like they gave him my measurements because I've seen it, and he has those Burger King hands, those little hands. His hands aren't even close to mine. Not that that matters, unless you're just looking at it like that. Like it mattered to him. He did an interview and he was breaking me down to every fiber of my soul of how he's gonna win. He even brought the hand size. I wear a double X MMA glove. That is a big hand. I've measured my hands. My hands are actually bigger than what they have down as far as what on his side. Right. So I don't know where they got that from. It ain't gonna matter. Either or. If it comes down to whose hands are bigger, who's gonna win the fight, as I guess Josh Burns thinks, it's coming down to like the nitty gritty. I don't think that's gonna play a big part of it. Yeah, but I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah,
23 is a very small hand. That's like a small female's hand. And Chris, I got claws, Chris.
How do they measure that?
I think they go around the knuckle.
All right. Hold on one second. I'm going to see something right here. Hang on.
Yeah.
Luckily, in my studio, I also keep some equipment here. So you have a tape measure. So you say around the hand, right? Around like this?
I think they go from thumb knuckle all the way around. Yeah, like that.
All right. So thumb knuckle all the way around. If I make a fist, damn, my hand is like 11 inches. Fucking A. Yeah, I'm worse than a girl.
No, those are what is it, centimeters?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did it in centimeters.
Yeah.
Well, I have an American tape measure, so I guess I'm fucked.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, but 11 inches. So I wonder what that converts to in centimeters. Let me see. We're going to find out right now. That's what the good thing about Google is. How many centimeters is 11 inches?
11 inches is 27.94 centimeters.
So my hand is 27.94 centimeters. My fist. So that means yours has to be like 55 because you have a ginormous hand. So I think they might have the number wrong for both of you guys because they're saying that your hands, according to the picture, are smaller than my hands. And they're saying his hands are huge. I think you're right. I think they got that wrong.
For sure.
But because like I'm saying, all right, well, I got 27 inch, almost 28 inch or 28 centimeter hands. I'm bigger hands than Dillon. I can knock him out.
Yeah, for sure. If that's the thing, you got me, Chris.
If that's the thing, your new BKFC heavyweight champion, Christopher James. No, that ain't gonna happen.
Exactly.
So the hand size isn't really a concern for you. I think the only thing, and I guess because it is bare knuckle, and so we're going no gloves, obviously. So the hand size, I guess it does come into factor in bare knuckle because I can land with a bigger hand. I can hit more real estate on your head. So in theory, I guess that makes sense. But I think you guys should measure hands right there. Like let's go for a hand measurement when you get there. No, I mean really, honestly. I want to know. I want to know the true measurement. So maybe
they normally do that before the fight, like the weigh-ins and stuff like that. Day before stuff, they normally do some measurements. They do your reach again. They do your hand size. When I fought Frank Tate, you talking about a big hand. Like there's not many people that when I shake your hand, like my hand feels small. Frank Tate has the largest hands I have ever felt in my hand. It was like grabbing a bunch of bananas in like a bundle. He has an enormous reach. Also, he had like 81 inch reach.
Yeah,
which is incredible. You don't meet many people that have the reach like that. But he had. I remember the first punch he threw at me. It came right to like my nose, and I remember seeing his fist and saying, "Damn, that's a big fist." And then after the fight was over, and I shook his hand after the fight, he has got a paw, a bear claws.
I remember when I saw him fight Austin Lane at Island Fights, And I was watching him, and I watched his hand come across, and he cracked Austin Lane. And this was MMA gloves on, but it was like when his hand hit Austin Lane's head, and Austin Lane's a big man, played in the NFL, a huge dude. But when Frank made contact with that man's head, I couldn't see Austin Lane's head anymore. I mean, that's how big Frank Tate's hands are. And my favorite thing about Frank is, by the way, since you brought his name up, he is the funniest motherfucker I've ever seen on TikTok. He makes the greatest videos. He sings. He's goofy. And I love that he has a business. He runs a horse and carriage business and gives people carriage rides around, Atlanta, or I think they're in Georgia. I think he's in Georgia. And he's such a cool cat. The fact that he's so violent and he could kick your ass, and maybe not yours because you beat him already, but it's such a strange dichotomy of personality. Here's this brutal fighter, and then he's like, hi, let's get on the horse ride. Come with me, And then he does these funny videos where he's TikToking, like, songs and all mushy songs. I love Frank. He's one of my favorite guys I've ever encountered in all of combat sports. But anyway, back to the fight. So, it's game planning for bare knuckle. It's hit and not get hit. I mean, that's really it. You're not training, you're training cardio, stay in shape. Obviously, if the fight goes a distance, you want to be able to, and people think let me clear this up to you guys too. You guys that don't understand, cardio isn't just about lasting, having enough, stamina to go 5 rounds. Cardio also means being able to withstand somebody else from knocking you out. And when you're in right shape, you could take a punch better than somebody. For instance, Masvidal and Usman, when they first fought, Masvidal had 6 days. He was not in fight shape. He could not take the same kind of abuse that he could if he had a full fight camp. So there's the analogy. So that now we're going to see a different version of him, hopefully tonight. So camp is important. So your cardio is on point. I watch your workouts. I see your posts. I think, in my opinion, based on what I've seen and watched you since I've known you, my personal opinion is I think you're in the best shape I've ever seen you in at this point going into this fight. And you're always in phenomenal shape. But I think you're even better now. And I didn't know that was possible, because I think there comes a level where you plateau. But I don't think you've plateaued yet. And that's fucking nuts.
No, the first camp I did down here was the best shape I've ever been in since I started fighting. Until this camp, I'm in better shape than I was last camp. It's a different kind of shape. I've always been in good shape, but this is like world class shape. Like it's a different level of cardio fitness. The stuff I added down here, which is a lot of running, a lot of road work. I've lost 35 pounds since I started this camp down here. It's a different kind of shape. It's world class shape. And every time I come down here, it seems like I just get in better shape than I did the camp before. Which is why I love coming down here, man. I try to stay down here as much as I can, just because it's just gonna improve me as a fighter being in Miami right now.
And that's good. I'm glad that you found a spot where you can actually truly dedicate yourself. I'm glad, like I said at the beginning of this, I'm glad that your family, your wife, because it's hard being a fight wife. The fact that your fight wife, Miss Brittany, picks you up, takes you down there, brings the girls, and you guys really have uprooted your whole family to dedicate the time for you to do the best you can at bare knuckle. Chase Sherman just moved out. Chase Sherman, Island Fights guy. Chase. Chase went out to Colorado to train with Elevation guys at Elevation MMA because he wanted to improve his skill set, and he knew that he wasn't going to get what he needed back home in Mississippi. He quit his job with the fire department, and him and his girl Crystal made the decision together. Now she didn't go out there with him. She has stuff doing. She's in nursing school and everything. So that's even harder when you're separated. The fact that your family is able to get up and go with you, that's awesome. And speaking of your family, Mrs. Cleckler said, I'm going to make sure they remeasure Dillon's fist at weigh-ins, especially since Burns made a comment, Dillon is built like Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, that's awesome. So with Burns, go ahead. What were you going to say?
She gets fired up about that stuff.
she gets fired up. Like there's been a couple of times you've been doing fights, and I don't even work for BKFC. I announce for them periodically at Toe the Line, and I've been there forever covering it. She mentioned, here's Dillon's walkout song. Make sure these these fuckers get it. I mean, she's on it. She's not missing any details. She's handling the phones. She's really invested, and I love that. So with Burns, I saw his last fight against Chris Sarro, and Chris Sarro is a small heavyweight. He packs power and everything, but he just got outmatched. So based on the last footage we've seen from Burns, I mean, again, it comes down to, I'm going to hit you, you're not going to hit me. That's my game plan going into a bare knuckle fight. But what do you have to be aware of from him? Because he is, in spite of comments he might have made, he is athletic as a big man, and his fight IQ is off the charts. I interviewed him a while back, and I didn't know him when I interviewed. I knew who he was, but I never actually talked with him. And when I got done with that interview, I was floored. Some guys are fighters and know how to fight. Then there's other guys that are fighters that understand the game deeper on a deeper level than a lot of guys. And Josh is one of those guys. You're one of those guys because of your MMA experience, and now with the bare knuckle, and you have a good knowledge of boxing. I mean, I talked with Dean about that, before he goes. Dillon knows everything about all these sports, and he's practiced them all. So, and when I say Dean, I'm talking about Dean Toole, guys from Island Fights, and the matchmaker for Icon, who Dillon came up with Dean. He's a true Island Fights OG. So when you got a guy that is athletic and powerful like yourself, but he has that high level fight IQ that some guys you fight don't, what do you have to be prepared for from him?
Fighting a guy like Burns, you have to be, you have to be smart. You have to have you have to be technically sound against somebody like him, and you also have to use your brain and adapt to what he's bringing to you. You can't just go into the fight, with your A plan and not have a B and a C ready to go if he throws a curveball at you or starts doing something different. You have to adapt to it at all times, and basically be a smart fighter. You can't just go into it, like you said, this is not the sport to be brawling with people. It's not the sport to go give one, catch one to give one to get one. You don't want to be hit. You're not going to be hit too many times by a heavyweight, regardless of who they are. So you got to be smart, man. It's a different sport. It's not boxing, but it's not.
He froze up there. We lost the last part of the segment. I don't know. Hopefully he'll unfreeze here in a second. But this is a great look. At least he got a good look on his face while he's frozen. I don't know if he froze up and he'll have to come back in.
And like I said, you have to be.
So you froze up there. You said you have to be smart.
Yeah, you have to apply a lot of a lot of strategy to this sport. And be ready to adapt. Be ready to adapt to what your opponent's doing. And with a guy like Burns, all that comes into play.
So somebody I've been watching a lot, in MMA as well over the years, and now with bare knuckle, is Elvin Brito. Elvin Brito in his last performance really put on a show, and he really, for lack of a better term, he Floyd Mayweather his way through the fight. He hit, and he didn't get hit a lot at all. His head movement, he was off the center line every single time. And he did a good job. So, and I know you're down there with those guys in Miami and you're learning. Would you ever consider making a jungle run to Puerto Rico to pick Elvin's brain? Because he seems to be one of the guys that has really adapted to this sport well. He's figured out how to be successful at BKFC. Over his last couple of fights, he's really looked great, and every time he looks a little better. He's really his footwork has stepped up. And like I said, keeping his head off the center line, and even when those punches are coming in, he's not even getting hit. He's rolling with the punch, but he's not taking the punch. Like it's coming in, he's like, and he really figured out how to be successful at this and implement the I'm going to hit you and you're not going to hit me back. He's not worried about finishing. I mean, obviously he wants to knock people out, but he's not worried about it. He's not letting that overcome him, Heavyweight guys have a little different mentality. Heavyweight guys don't want to go 5 rounds. They want to knock somebody out and get out of there quick. Like your last fight, you broke a guy with body shots, bro. it's like you're breaking guys with body shots, and before Chase got back to you, I mean, Chase was breaking guys' legs. You know, he wasn't taking any damage. You know, this last fight against Arlovsky, I felt so bad for him because that was a big name for him, but he'll be back. But you know, you broke a guy in the body, which is hard to do, especially at heavyweight because you guys are thicker. There's a lot more meat on you. So for you to break a heavyweight in the body punch, that's really saying, I don't want Dillon Cleckler to ever fucking hit me. I mean, that's what I would think if I'm your opponent, not out of fear, because I know Josh Burns has no fear of you, but if I'm Josh Burns, I'm thinking and he's got a much thicker midsection than the last guy you fought. But I still think that I still wouldn't want to get hit by you because I watched you break a guy's body, you know, with a punch, you know, and that just shows the power you're packing. So I'm just like, you know, this is going to be a nutty fight. This is a fight that actually frightens me for both of you guys because I like Josh, you know, and you know, if I'm picking this fight, which I'm not going to do, but if I'm picking this fight based on, you know, relationship and everything, you know, I'm always going to pick you. You know, I'll always be in your corner. You know, you and your family are nice to me, and I love you guys. I've watched you come through. Hey, Josh is watching. Goes, I don't want his big ass to hit me. Nope. It's so hard to pick these bare knuckle heavyweight fights, and you know, and Josh, since you're watching, man, welcome, man. And I'll say this while you're watching. You know, Dillon's my boy. I've announced him at Island Fights. I'm not picking this fight because I don't want anybody to think I'm biased in this. I'm trying to be neutral and report on it. But I agree with you. I would not want him to hit me. And I'm going to guess Dillon don't really want you to hit him either, correct?
No, not at all.
He said he also, he goes, I guess they have bad info on his huge ass hand. Respect. Yeah, my hand, hey, according to my measurement and according to the one BKFC put up, Josh, my hand, according to my measurement, breaking down centimeters, my hand's technically, I guess, according to their report, my hand's bigger than Dillon. So you probably don't want none of this either, Josh.
About 5 centimeters bigger than what BKFC put out there.
Yeah. So,
but no, as a heavyweight in the bare knuckle sport, man, you can't deal with that type of power. You know, just heavyweight power in general. You know, somebody that's just a heavyweight. You know, heavyweights are known for having the one punch knockout power. Okay, you're taking gloves off. You know, your head is not meant for that. So it don't take much.
No.
You know, to put somebody to sleep in this sport.
Yeah.
And I don't think many heavyweights go into it looking to knock somebody out. It's just, you know, you just got to connect. You just got to make contact, and that's you know, it's going to happen. We're all bigger guys, and you don't have to try to swing hard. It's already there.
Yeah, it's there. It's power. It's inertia. And again, with you guys, you know, two big heavyweights, you know, you have to be very plotting. You have to be very controlled in your approach because when you go in there uncontrolled, and this is and there it is. Here it is. Just what Josh just said. Dillon and I are going to be playing chess on Friday night. That's the facts, and that's the truth. It really will be human chess more than any other thing. Hey, Josh, while you're there, any message you want to give to Dillon that I'll put up on the screen, and then Dillon, if there's any message you want to give to Josh. And here's the thing: I know it won't be like, you know, shit talk because you guys are beyond that. When Josh got into that fight with Chris Sarro, I don't think Josh really wanted to play the shit talk game. Like he didn't say much before the fight. He was very stoic, but when he beat Chris Sarro, then he fucking kind of let it all out, and he knew.
Yeah.
And Dillon's never been, you've never been a shit talker guy. You're like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna fight you this weekend or next weekend, whenever it is, and then we'll, All right. Oh, so here's Josh's words to you. You still too damn pretty. That's why I like Josh, because it's business. It's never personal. When you make it personal in this business, it's not good. So, what would you like to say to Josh there? You gonna tell him he's pretty too, or you guys gonna?
There was something that I kind of heard just through the rumor about him and Sarro, and I I can't be exact about it, but I thought that there was some social media talk about somebody's family, so it got real personal. I think it was Sorrow talking about Josh. I'm not sure how that went. I just heard of it, so I think I understand why after Burns knocked him out, he got all in his face. But I think something happened like that. And it got on a personal level, which is it's there's shit talking, and then when you start bringing people's families into it, that's a whole nother scumbag level. So if that was the case, I get why he did what he did.
Oh yeah, no, I told even if it wasn't about the family. I mean, if you talk shit to me, all building up fights, and you're gonna kick my ass, and I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna make you my bitch, and all that kind of shit. And I'm quiet all leading up to the fight, face-offs and everything. I'm just chilling. When I get done, if I beat your ass, I'm gonna holler, bro. I'm gonna fucking get on my fucking box. And I'm gonna be like, fuck you, and I might fucking do the fucking the DX thing, and I might fucking do a fake fucking teabag on you. I mean, whatever it takes. Josh also, Josh said he for your information, interviews were to hype up, and he has hashtag nothing but respect for you.
Yeah.
And he's also said that's correct.
That.
He also said it's correct, not cool to talk on family. 100%. He knows that's why I like this, because you guys are going to go in there and try to knock the snot out of each other, and then after the fight, like you guys are going to go outside and maybe have a cocktail. You might have to invite him to the parking lot party. I know that's a tradition. He also wanted me to. He also Josh wanted to say, tell your wife no disrespect whatsoever. Because that's not who Josh is.
I tried to tell her that's how it goes, man. But she's full-blooded Italian. She gets hot, man. She gets hot. She's been cussing me out all day.
And Josh, by the way, what I was saying, tradition in the Cleckler camp is after a fight, doesn't matter what town they're in, because they did it in Mississippi, they do it in Alabama, they'll do it in Florida, they'll do it in Kentucky or California, wherever it is the post-fight parking lot party. I'm going to be honest, man. I've been to some huge after parties for some huge UFC stars, and wow. And I'm going to tell you, ain't no party like a Cleckler parking lot party after the fight. They're drinking moonshine, having a good time, because that's the time. So win or lose, that party happens too. So Cleckler will party, win or lose. So I hope to see a video or a picture of you guys after the fight in the parking lot, toasting some moonshine. Burns said he'll be drinking sparkling water for him. We'll get you some sparkling apple cider. Does that work? And I'll make sure it's alcohol free. And but you can, like I said, man, I'm really looking forward to this fight. It's going to be a banger. How excited are you? And I'll ask you both this. Josh will type his answer, and Dillon will speak his answer. By the way, guys, today's show brought to you by Just Heart Apparel and Just Heart Apparel East Coast. What will it mean to you, Dillon, to win and then get the title shot next, if that goes away? And then Josh, the same question. What will it mean to either of you to win this fight and then fight for the bare knuckle fighting championship, heavyweight championship of the world?
I'm pretty sure everybody in every weight class it one day wants to fight for the belt. You don't get many opportunities as a fighter to fight for a championship. It's if you get that opportunity. If a fighter gets that opportunity, most of the time it only happens once. You don't really get multiple chances at that the world championship. When me and my late trainer started this journey,
Stacks, baby.
Yeah, we this is what we wanted. We wanted to be in a good position to fight for the belt one day. So everything's heading in that direction. And it means everything to me. It means everything to my family. This changes our lifestyle. This changes our family dynamic. This gives my girls, my wife, stuff I didn't have when I was growing up. It gives them a better lifestyle all the way around. Just for these opportunities that I'm being blessed with right now. Just the fact that I'm able to come and train, at in Miami is a blessing. You know, this whole journey I've been on is you know, I really can't take any credit for it. I just been, you know, like I said in a interview I did earlier this week, it's like I'm just following the breadcrumbs. You know, God has laid this out for me, and I'm just walking along, man, and just, you know, finding myself in better situations. To be down here, to be training with who I'm training with, the guys I train with, you know, Commander Zero, I couldn't ask to be in a better position.
Yeah, no, I think you're both in a great position. And Josh responded with this. For him, it's a huge accomplishment. He wants that strap. He lost his opportunity against Terrell in London, and he plans on not having his nose ripped off this time. Hashtag there can be only one. That's the best line from Highlander. There can be only one, and then the quickening, and then the fucking everything comes through you. It's fucking awesome. Well, listen, Dillon. You know, like I said, you know, I love you and your family, man. You know, you guys are part of my fight family. Always have been. You know, from once I signed on with Island Fights, because you were Island Fights before I ever was. But I was fortunate to jump in there, and you know, so you know, for me, this is. And Josh, you can hear me say that as a friend of Dillon, I want my friend to win. As a reporter and a member of the media. I want both of you guys to go in there and put on a good fight. I want you to both to walk out under your own power. I'm not gonna if you happen to beat Dillon, I'm not gonna be mad. If Dillon beats you, I'm not gonna be mad. It's not well, because some guys take it personal when I pick against them, you know, and everything. And I'm not making an official pick for this one. And the reason I'm not, like I said, because I have a personal relationship with Dillon. And after I spoke with Josh for the first time on my show, I really felt close to the dude, you know, so for me, it would be like if you and Chase Sherman, if you were still doing MMA and you and Chase fought, I can't pick that fight, dude. I love both of you, man. You know, if you fought Alex Nicholson again, I can't, you know, if Alex comes to BKFC, which is the rumor, and you have to fight him, I can't pick that fight, you know, because it's so much, you know, invested in both of you. And he said, see you in Alabama. Sorry for crashing your interview. Nothing but respect. Can't wait to punch each other in the face. And you didn't crash it, dude. If anything, I let you in, dude. I opened the door, man. And, you know, other guys would get pissy. Dillon don't care because the more I'm talking to you, the less he has to talk. And, you know.
There you go. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good just right here listening, man. I'm enjoying interviewing myself.
Yeah, no, this has been one of my favorites, man. I like that Josh came on and, you know,
cool.
made some commentary. Like I said, Josh, after I spoke to him, I was like, I felt like I knew the guy forever. And I felt like I became smarter for talking with him because his IQ, as far as the fight game, all the way around, not just in bare knuckle, all over combat sports, is so deep. And I love people like that. So, you know, I wish you both the best of luck. And like I said, my biggest wish is, you know, both of you walk out under your own power and hit that parking lot party, the Cleckler parking lot party. There's a VIP list. You got to get on it. But Josh, your invitation's already there, and we'll have the apple cider waiting for you. Win, lose, or draw. Oh, you know what would suck though? If this fight ended in a draw, like if you guys went the distance and ended the draw, then I'd be pissed at both of you. Now, just so you know. No, I'm just kidding, man. But did that happen to Chase and Shoemaker? Didn't their fight end up in a draw?
Yeah, actually it did.
It did. Yeah. Well, listen, Josh, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us along with Dillon. We appreciate it. Dillon, like I said, on a personal dude, you know, I got nothing but love for you, dude. As a professional, I wish you the best.
There you go.
But tell Brittany, I know she's watching. Brittany, hi, girl, and you know, kiss the babies for me, man. I'm not going to be up there you know, and I wanted to be there for this, but my 5-year wedding anniversary is May 3rd. So I have to work all this week, and then we're heading out of town the day after your fight. And that's why I'm not going to UFC today. That's why I'm not going to BKFC next week, because all the money for this, you know, I have to. She's a wife, you know, I got to do the right thing for the anniversary. Although she even told me, she goes, "Let's go to UFC anyway today." I'm like, she makes me want to do the thing I want to do, but I know it's not the right thing to do. You got to be responsible. I got an adult today, you know, it sucks. But safe travels up to Alabama for both of you, men. Like I said, you know, just go out there and put on a show, man. That's what the fans want to see. May the best man win that night. And, no matter who comes out with the victory or who takes the loss, you guys are two of the best guys in the sport. You do things the right way. You're not shit talkers. You're not going to be, on, the police blotter, getting in trouble. You guys are so beyond all of that stuff. And that's one of the reasons I admire both of you, forget personal, just as a professional, because you're professional. You guys epitomize the word professional as an athlete. And, that's more important to me than who wins or loses. It's who does it the right way all the way up from the opening bell to the end of the fight. I don't care about the win or loss. I care about watching guys that understand why they do this, what it's about, and then doing it the right way, representing their family name, their families, and the promotion they're working for. So you guys both do all that. So for me, you guys check all the boxes, Oh, and after you guys are BKFC done, I'm going to have you guys do some wrestling training. I'm going to make you guys a WWE tag team.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Some real money then.
I got connections. I can hook you up. So, and that's not a joke. I can hook you up. If you guys don't want to do, you let me know. I'll get you down here at the Performance Center. We'll get you audition, and we'll make a party out of it. But anyway, Dillon, I know you got to go train. I kept you a little longer than I wanted to. I apologize for that, but I love talking to you, man. Tell the girls I said bye, and safe travels to Alabama. We'll see you soon, brother. Be well.
Thanks, Chris.
Yes, sir. All right, and guys, that was Dillon Cleckler. I also had Josh Burns popping in to say hello. They're fighting each other, and while Josh was commenting here on the thread, I'm sure if they were face-to-face doing the interview right now, or, not face-to-face, actual face-to-face, but virtually face-to-face, the conversation and everything would have went the exact same. These are not, your young guys full of too much gunpowder that are trying to, talk their way into somebody's head. These are heavyweight professional fighters, and you don't have to talk to them to get in their heads. They're both in each other's head. Neither one of them wants to get cracked by the other one at full strength. They both said it. I've got the right here on the comment thread, and you can go back and listen to Dillon say it. But they're professionals, and that's what I love about them both. They do the show the right way. So that's it. Coming up this week, though, on Thursday, before I, Thursday will be my last show for about 2 weeks. I'll be out of town. Like I said, my wife and I are celebrating our 5-year wedding anniversary on May 3rd. We are going to be up in North Carolina and Tennessee for our anniversary. We got married in Tennessee. We're going to be at the spot where we got married. We're going to go back there the day that we were married on our anniversary, and we're going to have, some fun. We're going to go out to dinner the night before, the same place we went to dinner the night before we got married. And then we're going to finish the week in Pensacola for Island Fight. Can't wait. We got a huge card stacked up for you. Devin Adams is, doing a great job matching it up. I know my girl Kathy Peterson up there, hanging out and ready. She's chomping at the bit for more Island Fights action, and so am I. I can't wait to get to Pensacola and see my peeps. P-Cola. What's up, baby? We coming. So, and the funny thing is, too, my anniversary, it's kind of crazy how this all worked out, right? Maybe you guys care, maybe you don't. I'm going to tell you anyway. My anniversary is May 3rd. When I got married in 2016 to my beautiful wife, Beth, we went to Tennessee, right? We left here May 1st, which I'm leaving again May 1st. We left here May 1st, drove up there, spent the whole week up there, got married and everything. Then a couple of days after our wedding, we had to drive to Miami to do an event at the bookend. So it was like we had our, our wedding, a small few-day honeymoon in Tennessee, hung out, done some things. Finished our little honeymoon in Miami, doing an event for House of Fame, which, by the way, I still have never been paid for. Fucking asshole. You know who you are. I left my wedding, cut our wedding short because I got booked for the fight after the wedding was booked. After we had already set up, I get booked for this fight. And then the fucker's check bounced. He still hasn't paid me. 5 years. You guys know who that was. Fuck him. Piece of shit. But anyway, the guy who always pays me, you know who he is too, Mr. Dean Toole. He pays me, because I do my job. But our anniversary celebration is also going to be bookended by a fight, like to end our week. I think it's kind of cool. It's symmetry. It's destiny. It's fate. It's whatever. But again, and our anniversary trip was planned. And then this Island Fights card, it's funny. The Island Fights card was supposed to be tonight. That was supposed to be May 1st. Now it's May 7th. So go to Island Fights Facebook page for info. Check out the Instagram as well. And we will see you guys then. Until next time, boys and girls. This week coming up on the show, we are going to have Tyler Diamond from the PFL. Got a huge win last night. And who else do I have coming on this week? We're going to have Chase Sherman on this week on Thursday as well. Man, I can't remember. I've got 2 other guys scheduled, 2 for Thursday, but I'm all over the place right now. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate you all as much as I tell you that all the time. I want to say it again. I love you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your lives today and for you guys letting me be part of yours. I can never truly put into words what that means, but do know that it means the world to me. I hope you guys all have a great day. Enjoy the fights tonight. UFC 261 live from Jacksonville. Fans in attendance for the very first time. I'm also starting the Republican ticket, DeSantis and White for president and vice president in 2024. Book it, vote it, let's get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you later. I'll be updating fights all night. You can, I have a post up right now. That's going to be my fight thread. It's got my fight picks on it. You can comment on there and just, talk shit with me about the fights. I'd love to have you. But until next time, kids, I am Christopher James. You all been Cage Side, man. Good night, kids.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Throw up the deuces. There you go, baby.